everybody. This is going to be the Penumbra Overture modding video, similar to the last video with configuration and technical aspects. It's going to be kind of presented the same way. I'm going to have the folder view on the left, the text document for my notes on the right, and we'll just go over it all together. It shouldn't be as involved or in depth as the configuration technical video was. I've got examples down here to show you of what it looks like original and modded, and then the actual mods, so I can try to show you the file structures. So the first thing you want to do is open your main Penumbra Overture folder. This is the address right here at the very top that you need to go to. Yours may be in a different location, but this will lead you to where you need to be. You'll see the penumbra.exe in here. So the first category we'll cover here of what's available is graphics textures, and this mod will be the upscale texture pack that you can get for this game. It upscales all the textures except the menu and inventory items, from what I understand. I briefly asked the creator of the mod why he didn't go ahead and do that, and he said it didn't turn out as well, so I guess they ended up looking worse or not significantly better, so he left those as original. There's a README included with his mod. You should also take a look at that, just to give yourself some more information. There'll be 3 folders in the texture mod that you will need to replace in the original games folders. Those folders are config, models, and textures. And you'll see the first one here is this folder, and then models and textures. So you're just going to drag from his mod these 3 folders into here and overwrite and replace. I recommend that you back up these folders first, just in case if you want to revert back. You'll have your original backups to go to. So right here's the directory path. In my case, it's on the D drive. The mod is 1.78 gigabytes, which is pretty large, but texture upscaling mods like this usually are. I will link to this mod in the description of this video, directly to moddb.com, where you can download it. So let me show you an example of original texture versus the upscale texture. This may not be the greatest example of comparison, but if you study this and look at it here, you can tell that it is better quality. You can look here in this location of the upscaled image and then the original, and you can see here how much blurrier this part of the texture is in comparison to this. So not the greatest example here, but all textures are upscaled, so you'll see better improvements in other textures. It all depends on what you're looking at. And then I don't have the mod here because I've already installed it. But as I stated, the mod is going to contain these 3 folders: config, models, textures. Let's see how big these are. Total 198. That is with the increased texture size of this mod. So it'll be smaller than this initially. But back those up and then drag his in and overwrite. And then that covers that. You'll have better textures throughout the whole game. The next mod is darker notes. This refers to the background texture the notes are overlaid on into the game when you look at them. By default, the background texture is kind of bright and kind of too much contrast. This mod will darken that background to make it a little easier on the eyes. The example is here. You can see an original note on the left and the modded note, not the same note, but another note modded on the right. And you can see all the mod does is just kind of darken the background. And trust me, you'll want to use it because this gets kind of annoying. And there's a lot of notes in the game, so you'll be looking at this a lot, and it's going to blind you. So I recommend this mod for sure. This is what the structure of the mod looks like when you open it. These are the actual textures that get changed. You can see here this is an original texture of the bright and then the dimmed version. So this includes the originals, which are the backups, and then the modded versions. So if you ever want to go back, you can do the same thing here. You can back up the directory that you're putting these in, which will be here, graphics notebook, which I will show you. Get back to our structure here. So graphics and notebook. These just contain all of the, I put the backups and the mod in here as well. But this is where you will put those files for the dark notes. Just drag them in, replace, and just like the upscale mod, when you play the game again, they'll be modified. So pretty simple. And same thing again, I'll provide the link in the mod description to ModDB to download this directory. This is a really small mod. It's only 408 kilobytes. It's just a few texture files. The next mod is machine symbols textures. There's a generator room in the game that has a puzzle where you have to manipulate parts of this machine, and the general way of solving it is going back and forth between various notes to determine what you need to do. It's a simple texture addition that adds labeling directly onto the machine in the game, so you can it makes the puzzle just a little more, not so much easier. It is easier, but it's just less time consuming, less annoying, because you don't have to do so much note hopping to solve it. Right, if you're using the upscale textures pack above, this mod overwrites the same files, so you want to make sure you do the texture upscale mod first and then do this after. Just put all the mod files in the folder, which will be this folder. As you can see, it's models folder again, but particular folder inside the models folder, which is symbols. And this is where the files that this mod alters are contained. So once again, back up this folder or back up the files before you apply them so you can revert if you choose to do so. This is again also another small mod, only 316 kilobytes. The link will be in the description to ModDB to download it. And I will show you an example. Just going to go ahead and delete these. So it's not a great example. See if I can zoom in on it here a little bit. So basically just kind of labels it. I think from what I remember it just shows the Roman numeral 1, but it does not say primary. And this helps you to know there's multiple wheels and gauges on this thing, so it helps you know which one you need to turn. And the structure of the mod will look like this. So this is what you'll drag all into the models folder symbols and just replace. Okay. So that's it for that. Next mod is going to be an effect altering mod. It's for a dream haze blur effect that they apply to the entire image, entire screen when it's occurring, and it's pretty annoying. It's similar to something like motion blur. So this removes the annoying effect. Just put all the mod files into the folder and overwrite when prompted. This file alters files in this location, which we're already in the main file, so maps. It's not maps by itself. Textures. No. Let me look at the mod because I have something wrong here. It's Overture. No, it is maps. I don't know why I don't already have it applied. Oh, I do. I'm just not seeing it. Okay, there it is. Maps. I'll show you what the effect looks like. So you can see the before on the left, and with the mod on the right, it just takes the whole blurriness out of the image, which looks better. And these are the files, the Overture maps. So these will all be the ones that you drag in to this folder, which contains more than just this. But so same thing applies. Back up your maps folder so that you can revert if you need to. And then copy and paste these into maps and overwrite when prompted. Once again, another small mod, 169 kilobytes. Link will be in the description. ModDB is also where this mod is coming from. And the last mod is a sound-related mod, and this is something that I made. This will be on my Google Drive, as all other files of this nature will be for any game in the future. Frictional Games loves to use this effect in their games. Tinnitus, I'll give you an example. It's an ear ringing effect. So here's my mod. I included the original as well as the modded version. So obviously you want to use the modded version, but here's an example. Here's how the original sounds. Extremely annoying. It's like an effect you would hear in a game if your character falls from a height and, you know, bangs their head or their body on the ground. They get up and they come to. This is what you will hear. So that's the original, and then my modded version sounds like this. So similar, but not as ear grating. And you could also just take this effect in the modded My Effect, and you could re-record in like Audacity, just dead silence, nothing, and use that. So when this effect does happen in the game, you would hear nothing. But I don't mind it so much, but I just want a less evasive sound. So yes, this is going to be in the sounds and player section. So here in your main folder, sounds, and then you look for player, and what did I actually call the files, or what are they actually called? So player earring 1, that is what you're looking for in here, which is right here, player earring 1. And I should already have the modded version. Yep. So that's all you need to do, is just replace that file in that location here. And it is a small file as well, 34 kilobytes. Link will be in the description, and it will go directly to my Google Drive to download it. And that should cover everything to do with the mods available for this game. There's not really many other available mods for this game. A lot of these mods will also carry over and apply to Black Plague and Requiem when we get to those in the future. Some won't. Some things will be slightly different. They'll have their own videos. But hopefully that helps you get the mods working. Any questions, just ask in the comment section for the video, and I'll try to help you out. So thanks for watching. This will lead into the next video, which will start the series proper for Penumbra Overture, and we will get into the part 1 of the series. So thank you.